All right, so I get to travel up 81 today, which is awesome because I do like going northbound on 81. So I am gonna be dropping here in about 40 minutes, but I found a Petro in PA, and I need to stop filling up in PA because this is getting pretty expensive. But I think I spent like 900 bucks in fuel this week, and this is one more. So it was 5 degrees earlier, it's 9 degrees now. I don't have heat when I'm driving, only when I'm idling. So I definitely need to figure out, coolant is leaking very, very slowly, but somewhere. But it's so cold outside that the truck doesn't really overheat at all, and I can still floor it and hold 70 up mountains and stuff, so whatever. Gotta get that front main taken care of. It's cold enough outside, my face hurts. I had to move over pumps because that other one was pissing it out the swivel. So yeah, cold day, no heat. Well, when I'm idling, I have heat, so I'm letting it build now. It's 9 degrees. Let's put in another $400. We should be good to run Monday on that. Whew. All right, today's doing good. All right, 3 degrees outside. We'll get these things dropped. They told me to bring them down to the post office. I guess this is where they're always doing it. So I'm gonna get all these undone. Not too bad. This was a relatively simple trip. Easy 500 bucks made. Go pick up 8. And then head home. We're like 4.5 hours from home. So that's including the other ones that I'm picking up today. So we'll pick that one up in about an hour and a half. And then that puts me about 3 hours. So, can you do this locally? Yes. Yes, you can. Let's see how consistent it is over the next couple of months, especially with winter time. This load kind of paid really, really low, but for what it is, for what I was able to set up with it, I'm not gonna complain. It is really cold out here today. Yeah, at least the truck will get warm on the inside for me. So that's pretty nice. But then when I start driving, I'll lose the heat again, which isn't a big deal because I've been pretty smart about what I'm wearing. So I have like layers upon layers on just because. So I'll work in this weather. No complaints from me. So I'll try to fix the heat this weekend. All right, here they are. No additional damages. Grab the BOL. I'm just gonna let them sit here and, oh yeah. So let's go collect some payment. Guys, I'm gonna tell you what, this sucks. But for anybody out there doubting things, for yourself, anybody, trust the process. You're not gonna be successful overnight. All right, well here's this step fan that I was talking about. A little bigger than I thought it was gonna be. But then I'm like, wait, I've done one or two of these before. So I'm gonna take some height measurements. We'll see if I need a couple of inches. We'll obviously let some air out of the tires, but this is what we got here. So I'm gonna measure it. I know my trailer's pretty low. I think we should be able to do it, no problem. But because I ain't leaving without it. So as long as I'm under 13.6, that's all that matters. So he said it probably weighs 8 to 9,000. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to get a scale ticket on this one. But self-clearancing turbo just decided to start clearancing itself. So let's take some measurements and we'll see what it is. And if we're good, we'll throw it on the trailer. Hopefully the front track is skinny enough that it fits on the trailer. That's the other thing I gotta worry about. So let's get it. All right, here's where we're at. He got the skid loader out, so we're gonna winch this thing up. I measured the fronts. They're 84 inches, whereas the deck is 88. So we got room there. We'll be 13 feet on the dot. And he said this thing weighs 9,000 pounds. That's what he says. If he's right, great. If not, well, that sucks. But it has a GVWR of 14,000. So you guys look in the back, and there's really nothing back there. So hopefully he's right on the money. I can scale about 11 to 12 now with how light I've gotten everything. So let's throw the ramps out and try to make best of this situation, I guess. All right, so here's about where we're at. So the other guy just confirmed. He said it weighs 9,000 as well. So look at this beast getting winched up on there. Have the e-brake down a tad just in case it were to fall, because there's absolutely nothing you can do. This thing is pretty heavy for the winch, but it is a 9,000 pound winch. So, it's a 12,000 pound winch. So I'm gonna try. You can see the tires aren't even really squatting. They're rated for 21K. So once I get it over that, that'll be my safety net. There we go. That's my safety net right there. So you guys can see we're on. This thing is pretty skinny for what it is. I'm gonna try to get it a little further. Give me some decent tongue weight. I need to turn it to this side. So, climbing into this thing is a pain. All right, hour and a half later, we got her. So main problem was we couldn't get it started, and then the guy with the jump pack came after we already got it loaded. So you guys can see, not too bad. We are 13 feet. I'm gonna double verify that before I go and start driving, but yeah, when I measured it, this was 10, this was 3. So if anything, we're a little under. Check that tire in the middle. It looks flat, and then I gotta put air in it, and it tells me there's 85 pounds in it. So I don't know what's going on with this middle tire. It's like bulging out, but maybe it's just because of the angle I'm on, but the other side's fine, so I don't know. But it is at 85 pounds, which I should let some out, but whatever. So, but there you go. If you guys see this coming down the road, you know it's me, because apparently I love my damn box trucks. So let's grab the tape measure, see where we're at. Like I said, we should be right at about 13 feet and damn near 25,000 pounds. All right, boys, she back there. Yeah. All right, so I can tell you now, I don't think I'm gonna have to get a scale ticket on this thing. Basically, I'm accelerating and it feels a lot lighter than the F450 that I had pulled the other day. So I'm not gonna worry about it. We're about an hour and 11 minutes from home, and I'll be done for the week. I'm gonna go grab Liam, drop the trailer off, and then we are done. Sometime this weekend, I'll start messing with the trailer brakes again, because I wanna get it all rewired and done up nicely so that it actually, you know, works correctly. So we'll get that short figured out. But yeah, so this load, it's towing pretty nicely. You know, obviously not climbing no grades at 70 mile an hour like I would with 2 or 3 cars, but it definitely, you know, it's not the heaviest thing in the world. I'm gonna estimate that he was probably right. It is probably about 9,000 pounds. So super happy with that. Left-handed float shift, but just gotta be super careful on the brakes because it is a heavier vehicle, and it is one. Usually I'm used to using those straps on, like, you know, 3 cars, so it's 3 separate light loads, but with one heavy load, you just want to be as cautious as possible, drive like you have an egg under the brake pedal. So besides that, I do have 6 straps on it, 1 for each tire. Whether that's right or not, I figured, you know what, it can't hurt to throw an extra one on there in case one breaks or something, or I slam the brakes really hard. I feel like it should help. All right, here is right about where she's gonna stay. Come back and check this tire on Monday, but it seems like it was doing all right. So looks like it's got pressure in it, and looks like none of my straps broke, so that's good. Look at that, Liam got us perfect. See, this guy was complaining that I was too far over, but yet he's not even, you know, it looks like he is pretty centered in his spot. I could come over a little closer, but this guy's cool. So I thought of an idea for how to get the exhaust brake to work on the truck. So I was thinking about putting in 2 wastegate solenoids and using air, obviously, and getting like an air system for this to run the bags and to run pretty much anything to do with the air system on this truck. So what I was thinking is if basically I had 1 lever that would apply air pressure to the wastegate solenoid to activate the exhaust brake, and then 1 that I could use to completely open the turbo up completely. So like if it's idling and it's a hot day out, I can just open the turbo up so it builds no back pressure. So basically just my logic. Not really for any reason. Sometimes I like when the truck's really loud so you can open the exhaust vanes and it makes it loud. But that's kind of my logic. I think that's something I'm gonna look into. I'm gonna find some wastegate solenoids and order those and see if I can't make something. Remember, this is just the bad version of this VGT controller. I have somebody that's gonna be making like a nice cutout of it with a CNC plasma table, so it's gonna look really nice when it's done. So we've already got the spring dialed in. I know where I need that to be. Now I wanna mess with the exhaust brake and possibly some air. Maybe throw an onboard compressor, either electronic or on the motor. I don't know yet what I wanna do, but basically no electronics. So I think that'll work out well. Now I'm gonna get the trailer dropped and we'll see where we're at after that. All right, worry about that some other day. But basically, there she is. Truck over there. So yeah, this thing's not bad actually. I feel like the F450 was a lot heavier than this. So, but let me know what you guys think about using air as an actuator for that. I understand that semis use a lot with air, so obviously, because that's what they do. But I want to try incorporating some because I wanted to do them timbreds for you guys a while back, but then the transmission failure happened and ultimately it never happened. So I was like, well, screw it. Let's actually just go with a full onboard air system at some point. Not, you know, not like soon. I'm gonna, you know, one thing at a time, because I don't want to tell you guys I'm gonna do something and then it's not gonna happen. I want to do like small steps, not like, hey, order $1,500 worth of shit. No, I want to get the wastegate solenoids mounted, figure out how they're gonna work, and then we'll figure something out with the compressors. But that's basically, I think that'll pretty much do it for the video. I need to go get oil and coolant because we're definitely low on both, so I'm gonna do that. We got him carrying the coolant. He said he could do both of them, so. All right, so we just got out. I am not very good at checking the oil in the truck. Usually I just wait for the oil pressure gauge to start like fluctuating a little bit. It didn't do that yet, but there was like an inch on the bottom of the stick. And I was like, okay, you know, it's time. I went and got 2.5 gallons of that Delco stuff, and I threw in probably about a gallon, and now there's oil in it. I also filled the coolant up a little bit, so hopefully we can start diagnosing why I don't have heat when I'm driving. But there's that. So also, lesson I taught Liam, I'm like, hey, if you're gonna be super cheap like me, the thing that you want to do is when you go into stores, don't bring a cart, because then you're limited on what you can buy. So I went in there, I only bought 2 gallons of coolant and 2.5 gallons of oil. I couldn't carry any more, and it was heavy. So there you go. Couldn't buy any more, couldn't spend more than I came in there. So that is a life hack on how to not buy things that you don't need. All right, so I'm gonna close that out here. So I got done yesterday around noon. I went home, ate lunch and everything, and then I went and we had some other stuff to do. You know, obviously I'm tired of moving my vehicles around, moving the white truck, moving the trailer, this and that. It's like an every other day occurrence, and it annoys me. So we finally found a spot where I can sit it for like a week or two. He said I could leave it there longer, but I'm gonna try to find like a permanent spot for it. But I'm over that. So that's all done. But basically, I didn't get done working yesterday until like 8 after we were done with the truck. And then it took me until midnight to get done with the editing. So I worked yesterday from 4 in the morning until midnight last night. Got up at 4:30 this morning. Needless to say, I'm tired. I'm doing this like almost every day, like working really, really late. So it's 5 o'clock now. It's probably gonna take me till about 9 o'clock to get done editing and going over your guys' messages and questions. So we'll do that. I gotta write some BOLs up, finish up the logbook for the week, and that's basically it. So there's a lot of work that goes into this. So I hope you guys appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? I put a lot of effort into this. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you don't, it's fine, I understand, but I hope you enjoy it. So, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. As always, at the end of the video, you can skip out or you can listen to my BS at the end. But links down below for Mudflap, Celsius.network, Coinbase, and a few other things are down there. My affiliate links for Amazon, go buy something. Feel free. Celsius.network, I've been storing my Bitcoin in there because they pay me a weekly yield on my interest. So instead of a bank that pays you almost nothing, you at least get paid for your savings that's in that account. So whereas if you're leaving your money in a savings account, you're losing that 7% on average every single year to inflation. So it's a secret tax, they don't tell you about it. Inflation is a secret tax. That's what I do because I'd rather have my money work for me. So appreciate you guys. Keep investing, keep doing what you enjoy doing. And I appreciate you guys. See ya.